Finding meme coin early is one thing. Finding the one that actually go up is something else entirely. This video breaks down the exact process I used to spot undervalued projects before the volume hits and how that's helped me land multiple 10x trades with full conviction. Let me tell you something. Chasing hype is the fastest way to lose money. The coins with real upside show clear signs long before they pump, but most traders miss them because they are looking at the wrong data. There is a repeatable pattern that shows up over and over again. Once you learn how to spot it, you stop relying on luck completely. Whether you're trading small amounts or looking for the next big rotation, this approach gives you structure you can actually trust. You can copy the entire system in video, so let's get into it. To do this properly, I'm gonna separate them into three categories: the fast plays, the medium plays, and the long-term plays, and each of them I will go through a different set of data. For the fast play, I'm gonna rely on what's trending. Most people will use filters, but I think that's an old way. And that's why I'm gonna use stock fund, because they have the print scan. And print scan is an algorithm that's been built that analyzes the volume, the holders, and the KOLs into a coin, plus the variation of the price. So instead of me having to do all that manually, this algorithm is going to find a place and highlight them for me. And it's catching most of the runners. I mean, look at that. First seen an hour ago, and that's already a 31x. Or this one 21 minutes ago, and it's already a 25x. And it was called at only $20,000 market cap. Same here, only $20,000 market cap. So I can go into those plays knowing that my risk reward ratio is really good, because I'm not gonna be able, if I put $100, to lose it all. But then I have a chance to hit a 25x. Therefore, I go to the second step usually. Once I see the coin that I like, because sometimes I'm still not gonna like the coin, I can click on it, and then I will check on Bullx Neo. I will put the link in the description because there's a waiting list otherwise, and I always check the top holders. Why do I do this step? I want to know who is holding. It's really important. It's like in dating. When you're doing the fast pace, if you match with someone on Tinder and you add her or him on Instagram and you see that he or she following me, it's tinted. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's probably tinted. So you may want to reconsider or still go in the play. And that's the thing that I'm going to check. For example, if I was seeing too many holders with 0.0 sold balance, I will not go into the coin. Because I would be, that's weird. Someone who does not have any money, they're not gonna hold for long. And they're probably looking to dump, and maybe it's a bundle and it's all control. I know a lot of people use different tools to try to spot the bundles. I find that it doesn't really work. And the best way to me so far, it's always check the holders. So if I like the meme and it's trading from stock fund and I like the holders, then I go in. I mean, this is super powerful. If you just check in the last 24 hours, it had a 43x, a 41x, 31x. There's almost no days where this does not call a 100x. And the second play I like to do is the medium plays. And that's actually what I did on PPP, where I made more than $2,000. It was an interesting one because I was in it before, in and out. Then I went back in and sold here, here, and here. I did not sell the top. I'm not gonna pretend that I am perfect and can sell the top and buy the bottom every time. This does not work like that. I'm here to be in the green. So the medium play, recover, KOL, and fresh wallet. Let me show you how I do this. So first, for the recover is, for example, this chart could be interesting. Went up to 600K and now it's down to 300K. And that's where I'm gonna use something different, which is a stock chain. And the functionality that not many people know is I would go into the KOL leaderboard and I will check what was the most traded token in the last 24 hours. Because how this game works is that we have the coin that will get launched on pump.fun, then have massive traction. Everyone who is super active in the trenches, like myself, who trade meme coin actively, they will buy and sell, make their profit, and they're out. But some that are here for longer term, they will still hold. And when there is this correction, this coin might reach another group of people which have bigger portfolio and other people who are just holding Solana in big portions. And that's how I'm trying to find them here, because I will look at, okay, what are the people still holding? I can see that we have strangely still 4 KOL holding this coin. Now my secret, and I should not share this hack, is I wait for USA to go to sleep, because most of the people, they want to sell their meme coin before they go to bed. And then I'm gonna do my shopping when everyone is asleep. And hopefully it will work out. But that's not the only thing. I'm gonna check who is buying this coin. For example, this one had an interesting pattern with big up, down, leveling, up, down, leveling, up, and now down. And it seems to be again accumulating here. So when I take the contract address, I'm gonna plug it into Stockchain. By the way, you can do all that without any tools. It's just a lot more complex and takes a lot more time. And you know, I'm French, I'm lazy, so I rather use tools. And when I check on this one, I will see if we have a bit of accumulation or not. We can see a really small thing from the smart money. However, I think the coin is still too small for that. But what I will check as well is if we have fresh wallets of buying or selling it. Why am I looking at that? Because if someone will be willing on exchange or whatever to fund a new wallet just to buy that coin, that's a strong signal. That's the play I did on this one. I'm not going to pronounce the name. When I saw that, and then after it had the plus 42%. Now on a play like that, it's good because it's a play that I can go into size and I know that my risk is low because of all the data that I had at that moment. There was just low downside possible. And I have the proof here. This is one of the wallets that I found, and it was freshly funded by Binance, and the only token that wallet bought was this one. And this is something rare. It's actually quite positive because I still see some accumulation, 40K today. And if I check the fresh wallets, I still see some wallets accumulating it, 5K, 4K, 11K, not so bad. This one bought 71K 4 days ago. Let's check if he's still holding it. Yes, he's still holding it. And if I go into DeFi activities, we can see only one swap. This is not your normal Joe. I'm trying to find the people that trade differently. That's what we're doing here. As I like to say, don't follow the big yappers, follow the big holders. And that's where we can go to our third section, which are going to be the long plays. So those coins are above at least $10 million market cap, maybe $40 million market cap. And we're going to analyze what the smart money is doing, the KOLs if we have a bit, and the fresh wallets. That's only from the data side. I think you have grown up enough to know how to do the research on Twitter. I will do a video about it if you're interested. And for this, my way to start is I want to see what is the smart money starting to accumulate. Why $1 million of accumulation on Peanut and Filecoin, right? That's quite strange. Who would do that? Why are they buying a lot of it? I see Pengu, actually. I long Pengu a few days ago just for that, and I made $2.5 thousand. Proof is in the pudding. I bought here because I saw that the smart money was starting to accumulate it and took profit here and had another take profit here. Now I could have held longer, of course, but hey man, sometimes I'm good like that. And that's where like the step here, I love it because that's the ultimate dating thing. You check if the profile on Instagram, not too many thirst trap. You check if we have some hobbies, some mental stabilities, and that's where you go to the next step. So I will always check in the trend analytics here to see which coin is getting a lot of volume recently. And from that, if I see an outlier, I'm like, why is someone buying that much of it? Like this guy bought almost $1 million worth of peanuts. $1 million, $1 million. Did I say it enough? So of course, when this happened, the price skyrocketed and did plus 50%. Now this is the kind of person, if you're holding some peanut, you want to follow it. I'm going to rename it Peanut Well. So like this, if I see it again, I will understand what's going on. And actually he sold his Popcat. Strange pattern. Last time he did a trade was 4 days ago. He bought $1 million worth of Popcats in one transaction. I mean, there is a lot happening now. We see tons of coins that we never heard about for a while, and now they're getting a load of accumulation. For example, I'm going to check Dark because it's quite a recent one. It's at 22 million. So we had an outflow of 51K, which is quite a lot on a coin at 22 millions, and now a net flow of 30K. Okay, I will check everything about it. We see the volume here. That's the accumulation and that's the sell-off from the smart money. The whales, so 60% of the supply is held by 140 wallets. That's the people you want to listen to. That's the people on Twitter talking about the coin. Those guys, they don't move the price. If those guys start to sell or start to accumulate, you're gonna see the price moving. So then you can check the top holders to maybe find some that are interesting. This guy bought 54K and has 300K unrealized PNL on this one. He's actually only holding this coin. The other one are just dust and scam coin. And most of these trades are 9 days ago. So either he slept on it, he forgot about it, or he's here to hold it. And of course, I will check if we have some fresh wallet. So Binance, 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 Binance. All the age is 7 hours. So that's probably the same person, but just accumulating small amounts. Let's check for a bigger amount. It's still from yesterday. We see a bit here. That's a sell off actually. And those ones are buying. So on this one, I will wait a bit. It's not the same as the one with the orange logo that we just saw before. I will really monitor what's going on. And for this, I can go into all open orders to see if we have a big sell-off going on. There is a big sell-off on RFC. This coin wallets are dumping hard. This one 10K, 10K, 30K, and it's not done yet. Look, if I click on it, I'm gonna check here, complete in 5 hours. So it's still selling, or probably 15K of tokens. And here, he probably had around 10K left. So that's completed in 1 hour, and then in 3 hours. So that's no doubt why RFC is going down, which is the reason why I open a short here on this coin, because I know the sell pressure is just going to be harder and harder on it. Unfortunately, this pair does not have enough volume to go in bigger size, but this can be powerful. I'm not going to complain with making a bit. That's what I like. So no matter if you have $100, you can do the fast plays. If you want to go more in size, like up to $500, I think those ones work really well. When you start to have a bit more, go into the medium plays. And for the best risk reward ratio and long-term thing, well, long plays are good for that. They depend a little bit more of the evolution of the market. If Solana is crashing or not, you can do it in a bear market like I did and it works. But don't forget that if we know how to find the coins that will go up, we know also how to find the coins that will go down. And this is exactly what I showed you here. So combine those two. If you have to rewatch the video, do it and think about like, how can I know which one will go down? Because that works pretty well on the medium and the long plays. And we will study maybe another time how to properly short them. However, there's actually a video I did about it and you should watch it here. If you don't want to do this research alone and in group, well, then you can check out my private community, the Investors Boardroom. The link will be in the description, same as all the tools we use. But the thing is, if you apply this with that strategy that I explained in this video, you're going to be to the next level. You're going to be so tired of winning that you're going to be commenting on my video, Antoine, it's too hard. I don't know what to do. I have a surplus of lead and money. But still though, at the end of the day, you have to remember one thing, and that's going to be the hardest thing to do. Stay handsome. Ciao.